down to business.
When he drinks, he thinks.
That's the nectar of the gods, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the #1 liquid-fueled, liquid lubricated show on the interwebs. This is the Whiskey Musings Broadcast. And tonight is going to be another one of those special nights because I have a special guest who is coming on the program. This is an annual tradition. I'm hoping to continue it moving forward. And, this is our gift idea show. He and I have been doing this, ever since I started streaming, and along with the Thanksgiving episode. So yes, that is tonight. I have Captain Unicorn back. He is sitting in the green room right now. I can see him. He's getting prepared for joining me here in just a little bit. Oh, he's excited too. It's funny because I can see him, but I can't hear him. And the reason why I can't hear him is because if I did, you would be hearing him too. So for right now, he's just in a little bit of isolation. He can hear me though, so he's just having a blast over there. We'll bring him on in just a few minutes. I've got some things going on. First, obviously, is what am I drinking tonight? Tonight is Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And check that out. I actually got the color right with my green screen, so now you can actually see the green on the bottle. Which this sweater, by the way, this is my ugly sweater, my Jameson ugly sweater. And it's got green as well right here. It's got a dark green. So I had to kind of play with some stuff to get it to work. For it, and so there we go. Should have put a button on the hat. Okay, here. There we go. There, I got the button on the hat now. Of course, it's covered up by all the talking, but anyway, we'll get that taken care of in just a few minutes. I got to give a shout out to all of my whiskey warriors that are everywhere tonight. I've seen Becky and Jean and Tommy Young and Jeannie over on Facebook. Haven't seen Mark yet, though, but that doesn't surprise me any. He'll probably come in a little bit later. Let's see. Who do I have? The usual band of malcontents, miscreants, and non-deprogrammed deplorables over on Rumble. We have Buddy Weiser, Bam, Outlawed Dogs, Sarah, S212. Hello. Welcome to the program. I know it's been a while since you've been here. Coco Dominki's in there. Daybreak is in there. Let me see. Outlaw Dogs, as usual. She always shows up. And Amy Jean Viner as well. She's over there, which, by the way, just real quick, Amy wore a Whiskey Musings Loco sweatshirt to one of her rat barn hunts for her dogs, and apparently the shirt brought some luck, I'm hearing, because she ended up getting first place. Well, of course, the dog ended up getting first place, not her, but but still, she did a fantastic job, and this is just awesome. Yep, there's Mark. Mark popped in, I think, over on Facebook. Yeah, there he is. So we've got all those. And then, Twitter, or not Twitter. Twitter, I don't know about. I've picked up a bunch of people on Twitter, over 1,500 now, followers on Twitter. So if you're over on Twitter and you want to interact with us, head on over to Rumble, sign up for an account, and get yourself following the Whiskey Musings Broadcast channel. And you can hop in the chat and talk to everybody there. Okay, so next thing up, of course, this is Saturday night, so we need to talk a little bit about the Institute on the Constitution. The Institute on the Constitution was established in 2004 as a 501c3 nonprofit with one singular mission, and that is to restore the constitutional republic through grassroots education. All courses and materials are developed using primary source documents and taught from the American view of law and government as defined in the Declaration of Independence in the following 3 key points. 1, there is a God. 2, our rights come from him. And 3, the purpose of civil government is to secure and protect our God-given rights. The IOTC offers the opportunity to educate yourself on our most precious founding document, the Constitution of the United States. They also provide tools to educate your community and get involved with local government. Start by taking their free U.S. Constitution course and go from there. Use my affiliate link, iotc.whiskeymusings.online, to sign up. And while you are there, take a moment to look through their other course material and information. My affiliate link, once again, is iotc.whiskeymusings.online to get great content to learn about our historical founding and support the show in the process. That's iotc.whiskeymusings.online. Or if you just want to purchase this fabulous Saddleback leather-bound U.S. Constitution, go to constitution.whiskeymusings.online. This is a fantastic stocking stuffer. We're talking gifts tonight, so I've got to pitch this, of course. It is a fantastic stocking stuffer. Check this out. It has 1/8 of an inch of Saddleback leather. The interior pages are rip resistant and water resistant too. It has, check out this binding. It is stitched. This is actual thread, folks, stitched all the way through. The pages and the leather, they have a 100-year warranty against defects in materials and workmanship. If something goes wrong with it, you can send it off and have them either fix it or replace it. It's got thick rounded corners, from what I'm told by the Rumble folks. And it is buddy tested, buddy approved, Billy tasted, and Billy approved, as well as my youngest whiskey warrior used it to get his civics badge in Scouts. So the information in this is correct. Go to constitution.whiskeymusings.online and buy one for yourself or your family and friends. Put it in their stocking stuffer, and we'll go with those. All right. Go to, of course, constitution.whiskeymusings.online to get that today, and check out the IOTC, the Institute on the Constitution, for other great material and courses. And yes, Daybreak, tasted. It is because Billy tasted it. You have to ask Outlaw Dogs about that. He apparently liked it so much, he took it, he stole it from her and tasted it. So anyway, all right. Well, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in our special guest for tonight. He is the fantastic, the wonderful, the man of, the unicorn at least of the hour. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, that's right. I have to beam him in. Stand by just a moment. Let me get the transporter going here. Here he is. Oh, check that out. He is, you know what? He's still faded. Give me just a second here. Let me see if I can bring him in. Where is that? Let me get he's just a little off. Give me just a second here. I got to get get him a little bit closer here. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, nope. I got to bring him in. I got to bring him.
For Christmas present?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and you're wearing a Whiskey Musings.
Weird.
Yeah, you're wearing the Whiskey Musings GETTR. Double.
GETTR. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hot in here. Oh.
Oh my gosh, he's got a Whiskey Musings. Oh my gosh.
Shirt.
Check that all out. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He has got all kinds of Whiskey Musings gear. Look at that.
Oof.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
just,
it's getting hot.
Well, you are a hot man.
Well, hold on. This is hot too. Oh Lord.
All right.
Now we're on.
Yeah. Okay. So, I gotta see if you're at least coming in. Let's see, I'm having a hard time
I'm
seeing.
see-through.
Yeah, exactly. Which is part of the reason why I'm trying to get you, this. Something's going on with your backdrop there, and I'm not exactly sure why, but you are definitely see-through, and I don't see.
Does it bother anybody?
Well, we can move on from that if we have to. I'm trying to get it closer to. Yeah, let's just see if we just do this. I'll just do that. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the default. So I guess we're just going to have to go with it. Your hat is just a little fuzzy, but that's it.
You can't see it, so take it off.
Yeah, well, anyway. Alrighty, not a problem. Of course, this is just how we do.
We're live.
Mark over at Facebook asks, "Where's your hair?"
It was in the hat.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Well, you see, it's kind of thin, so
yeah. Well, anyway,
shave it off.
All right, cool. So, you sent me a few things, and before the program, for gift ideas. Now, obviously, I sensed a theme by what you sent over.
Slightly, yeah.
just a slight theme. Yeah.
Well, it's what I'm into right now, so.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, whatever works. So let's go ahead and get this into, let me go ahead. Shoot. So for those of you that don't know, and by the way, guys, if you're over on Rumble and you're talking about Star Wars, that's not Star Wars, folks. Don't insult him, please. That is Star Trek. That is Star Trek, okay?
Don't make me get my phaser.
Look,
I have a phaser.
His wife is really into Star Wars, and he's into Star Trek. So they have an interesting marriage. Let's just put it that way.
I wish you could see that.
For that reason. Yeah, it would be nice.
You see what it is?
Yeah, it looks like a
Death Star.
Yeah, the Death Star. Are you drinking out of that? Oh, yeah.
Yarn. It's a yarn bowl.
It's a yarn ball. Okay. Yarn ball.
Bowl, not ball. The ball's inside.
Okay. Yarn bowl. All right.
This is one of the things I made on my 3D printer.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice segue.
So, nice segue. Since you're talking about 3D printers, let's go ahead and bring up the 3D printers. So here we go. So you sent me this, and this is kind of a, and by the way, just so you're aware, it is, I've got everything that you did. I've got everything, that you sent me in place. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Now this page is just a buyer's guide.
Right.
You can go through it and figure out what your price point is.
Okay.
There's some that are $100. There's some there's $500.
All right.
The one I have is $1,200. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. All right.
That was birthday money.
No.
He sent me a very nice check. So I went and, because the first 3D printer I got was a Creality 10S V3.
Oh, okay.
And it was a good printer, but there's always a learning curve with these things.
Mm-hmm.
And the hot end started spewing filament everywhere, so I had to get a new one. I couldn't find replacement parts.
Right.
So I decided, screw it, I'll just buy a new one. And I did a lot of research, and this new one I have, I don't think it's on this particular list, but because this is budget, and it's on here later, right? Bamboo Labs.
Right.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
So,
okay.
if you scroll down, you can see there's some small ones.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these are like 150.
Okay.
Some of them there are ones out there for 100. If you just want to dabble in it, if you're unsure, you don't want to spend that much money on it, there's always lower price points you can find.
Right.
But there's always a learning curve with this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, I like I said, when we were talking about this, and I don't remember if we were talking about it on Thanksgiving or whatever, but there was a class that I was trying to take when I went off to some conferences. And one of the things that they did say is temperature control is like this huge thing with this. Yeah. So you almost have to have like a temperature controlled room or a temperature controlled box in order to make this.
The one you're looking at right there, that's it comes with, it's all enclosed.
Right.
And that regulates your temperature. It's also good if you're doing other filaments that have bad odors.
Right.
There's flexible ones, there's more rigid ones, and some of them give a lot of bad odors. And if you in that box, it contains it.
Okay. So yeah, so it's 3D printing. I mean, it's fairly new, I guess. But as far as like somebody getting into it, I can tell you the prices on stuff today is much better than what it used to be, you know, even 2-3 years ago. So, you know, it's a possibility to get into it. You can 3D print a lot of things. I mean, they've got all kinds of filaments and types of, you know, plastics, glass, etc.
They have filaments with metals embedded into them. And then you can kind of polish them up.
Right.
Like you can get copper infused, brass infused, nickel infused.
So,
but you have to have a higher. Your machine has to be able to be rated for it. You have the right nozzle.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between these are all filament.
Right.
So it's called additive printing. Because you're melting plastic and adding it to it. The other one is resin printing, which should be another page.
Which other
for
one?
Those?
This one?
Anycubic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys.
These are resin printers. And they're about the same. So, but for the filament, those are like $20 to $30 per 1 kilogram spool.
Right.
You can get bigger spools or smaller spools. But for the resin, it's like a 1 liter bottle, and that's about $50.
Okay.
So you get finer detail with the resin because it's laser as opposed to just dropping plastic on stuff.
Right.
But there's also those yellow ones are washing and curing. So there's multiple steps to this. After you print it, you tear off all the support structures that aren't a part of the print itself, just there to hold things in place. And then you have to rinse it off and cure it under a UV light.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want to do with it and your level of
comfort
wanting to learn.
Right.
Now, the guy that got me into this, he had one, and I was just fascinated by it. Said, I have to do this too.
Well,
so
there's all kinds of stuff. I've actually even heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've actually even heard that there's like a wood filament as well.
Yeah. Now, I haven't played with that. I've only been doing this for about a year.
Right.
So I'm still quite new into this, and I'm making all kinds of mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The biggest problem you have is with adhesion. It's not sticking to the build plate.
Right.
So it's just figure out what works for you with your particular machine. Is it hairspray or is it a glue stick? It's a bit annoying, but once you get that part nailed in, everything else is fine. And then later on, you'll see they have 3D modeling software in there, SolidWorks.
Right. Yeah, that's this right here.
Yeah, there are different levels you can buy into it, and there's one for makers.
Right.
Which basically I am. I'm not professional. I'm just a hobbyist.
Right.
And there are classes on here that will show you how to use their program to 3D model stuff yourself, because there are all kinds of platforms out there. You can get models for free.
Right.
Download and print them up. You don't got to do a thing. But there are some licensing issues. If you're going to turn around and sell these, then you need to pay the person who created it for that license.
Right.
So you can go off and sell it.
And just for everyone on Rumble, if you recall, a year ago, I was sent some gifts by the Delaware Valley Water Moccasin team, and one of the sets of gifts was snake ornaments, and they were 3D printed. So there's an idea for you too. You can 3D print ornaments, you can 3D print logo stuff, you can 3D print a whole bunch of things.
Okay,
so there's
just for a second, go back to full screen.
Go back to full. You mean you and I together?
Yep.
Okay.
Or just me.
Yeah. Well.
Because this
right
is a snake.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's articulated and was 3D printed in place. I didn't have to assemble anything.
Huh.
It all printed just like this. It was curled up on the print plate, and you just break it loose, and you have articulated stuff. It is really cool. There's useful things too.
Yep.
This was also a print in place. It's down on the board like this, and you just pop it out, break loose all the light connections that are there.
Right.
And it's now a stand for your phone or tablet.
Okay.
And I've printed up, like for work, I've printed up battery holders for my drills and whatnot.
Right.
I have them mounted on my bulkhead in my van, and I always know where my batteries are now. So there's a lot of useful things, a ton of useless things.
Uh-huh.
But hey, it's a unicorn, so I had to print it up.
Of course.
You can't do it that well.
Yeah, the green's kind of killing it, but anyway.
So the little girls love these things.
Yep.
So that's
all right. Well,
anyway, yeah, I've thought about, because Nathan, the guy that got me into this, he wants to make it a business for himself. He has 2 printers. And I thought, okay, how can I get in on this?
Right.
I was thinking of electroplating.
Right.
I can spray whatever with carbon paint, which is conductive. The power supply is like $40.
Mm-hmm.
But the only catch is the solvents are toxic. You have to handle those carefully.
Right.
But it's just something to look into. You can find your own niche, and if you want to do this for a business. I've seen a lot of setups where people have rows and rows of printers just cranking out stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So there is money to be made if you know how to do it, if you have the patience to learn.
Right. So what is this other thing that you sent me? This thing. Oh, wait. You got to see it. Here we go. What's this?
Oh.
What is this thing?
Okay. If you have anyone in your house who is autistic or likes sensory things, or even for gaming, if you enjoy music.
Right.
It's basically a wearable subwoofer. Now, I got, hold on, the full vest.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
It has, these are
this
subwoofer
thing.
speakers. Yeah, there you go. And my wife absolutely loves it. Yeah, because you feel the beat. You can use it for gaming. You plug it into your PC or even your console, and you can hear the gunshots. You feel the gunshots, and anything that's low end vibration.
Right.
It really is nice. If you don't want to go that route, the strap is like 200, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the vest is almost 500.
Well, they actually have it on sale now. It's like 160. The strap itself is like 160.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it is. It is a nice little thing. It's frivolous, but it's nice. It's just one of those stupid things.
Yeah.
You get some free birthday money like I did. Buy something useless like that.
Oh yeah. So it helps you to feel the kind of like it, I guess the what do you call it, in the movie theater when they have the subwoofers really,
Yeah,
going off
exactly
and
like that.
stuff. Oh, okay.
I like to wear it when I'm cooking. I'll put it on, have headphones in, because it's all Bluetooth. You can have, or you can use wired headphones. Either way,
Right.
it just connects to your phone. Yeah, I love it.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to get you to come in here real quick. But anyway, all right. Well, that's sweet. Okay. So now you were talking about let's go one more. These are the Bamboo Lab.
This is the one I have.
Okay.
Minus the thing on top.
Okay.
That's going to be my Christmas present to myself, getting that 4-spool, because then you can, this is the Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon.
Okay.
It is super fast. It's totally enclosed. So this thing printed in 8 hours. On my old one, it would have printed in like a day.
Okay.
So it is wicked fast. It is very accurate. I've had no issues with it. The only one issue I do have is it has a self-cleaning nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to use that AMS, that thing, it will switch between colors automatically. So you can print up to 4 colors on one print.
Right.
Not at the same time. That's different. But it makes it take longer because you're taking the time to swap out the colors.
Right.
And it also feeds itself, so it has to expel the previous color. So
Right.
you're wasting a lot of filament in that part of it, but filament's cheap. That's not that much, but it will add up.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing by itself is like $400. That's why I didn't buy it with the machine to begin with, because I couldn't have justify $1,800.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, I've known people to use these that like they have to find, I don't know, maybe there's like a missing part. Like you can see here, they've got, gears or something like that. Or maybe they want to build a case of some kind, okay. Build models, whatever.
I go to an electrical supply house and I'm talking to these guys, and this guy, I give out these coins that I can't really don't want to say on your channel.
Right. Yeah. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, he said, "What can you make with this thing? You can make anything." He wants to. He asked me if I could make a Pelton wheel.
Okay.
I had no idea what it was. Looked it up, and sure enough, a Pelton wheel is in the files online, and I can print up because it's a spoon that it's a cup-shaped thing that you go on a wheel for generating electricity.
Yeah.
You have a stream of water, jet of water, whatever, and the cup will catch the water, but there's a split in it to let the water pass through until it hits optimum point.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, looked that up. I printed it up, a prototype for him. Just the spoons. He can attach it himself to a disc.
Okay.
And so I'm going to print it up in carbon fiber filament, make it a little stronger.
Right.
And I'm learning to use 3D modeling software, the SolidWorks, to make adjustments to it, because he needed to fit a 1/2-inch thick disc.
Right.
So, and he's going to pay me $4 a spoon, and he needs 20 spoons.
Okay.
So I'm not even trying to make money with it, and I'm making money with it.
Yeah, I've known some people that go and like, even if they, like it showed just a second ago, maybe like a specialty tool or something that they need that they're only going to use once. So they just like 3D print it and that'll be it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits, I think, to 3D printing. Especially being able to like manufacture and fabricate on your own.
Yeah.
But
And I know another guy at work. He does custom jewelry on the side as a little hobby.
Right.
I printed up a ring,
Uh-huh.
a Mandalorian ring, and he said he can put that in sand, pour some silver over it, and it should burn away and just leave the ring.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yep.
that's on the back burner. It's been a while, but
Yeah,
I've
I've
there's
seen
all kinds of applications for this.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of stuff for it. So I mean, I've seen like videos and things like that, just all kinds of things. So that's cool. Well, thank you for bringing that to us and showing us that. I do appreciate it. And this thing's kind of cool. I don't know if I'd necessarily dive in for this, but I could see where somebody would want to be, somewhere. Some people that might want to actually feel like their music and stuff. That would be cool for that to go. All right. So really quickly, let me just do something right quick because, this is my show and this is what I do. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. But let me tell you about an upcoming event here on the True Grit Roots Network, TGRN. Of course, it's, my digital radio station. Well, mine, I'm a partner in it anyway. But we have a world premiere listening party for Music on the Couch. And this is coming up on Monday, where we have Kevin Burt joining Vinnie Marini, and they're going to talk about every single song that is on the album while they play the entire album. So this is Monday, December 11th, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on True Grit Roots Network, TGRN.net. It's Music on the Couch with Vinnie Marini and his guest, Kevin Burt. It's a world premiere listening party, and I encourage you to go and check that out. I do appreciate them, of course, for allowing me to let everybody know about them and what's going on there. All right, so getting back to the gifts. So obviously, I mean, you're like, big time into 3D printing. I know some people it's a little bit too far out of their budget and that kind of stuff as well, but still, it's kind of fun. Now, there was one other thing that you sent, which I think this would be a little bit more where some folks might want to be. But this is like a huge list of these things. Now, we know from Thanksgiving that you are just a what do we consider it? I'm going to say you're like an amateur semi-pro kind of cook here. So obviously this is, I got you muted. Hold on. There we go. So obviously this is something that is also down your line of thinking. So let's go ahead and bring that up.
Yeah, I like to cook. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, you're a foodie. So let me go ahead and bring that up. So this here, now keep in mind, folks, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't want to do Amazon. It's not where this is from necessarily. It is, this is something that you need, that you might get some ideas and that kind of stuff for it. Oh, and actually,
I'm sure ThermPro has its own website, so it's fine.
Yeah, by the way, Buddy is asking for an awesome meatloaf recipe. So maybe you can get something together and I can get that over to him. But anyway, so
I just throw crap together.
huh?
For my meatloaf, I just throw crap together. I don't even look. I use some onion soup mix, Worcestershire, garlic.
Right.
About it.
Oh, okay.
Then I top it with some barbecue sauce.
Yeah, all right. So we have a bunch of meat thermometers, it looks like, from ThermoPro.
Killer in your life, yes. I'm most interested in the second row down, second one over.
Okay. So this guy right here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a closer look
So
at
there's
that.
no wires. It's all wireless. It's all rated for being in your grill.
Oh, okay.
And that is just super convenient. I have a Bluetooth enabled wired thermometer.
Uh-huh.
It's similar, but this one would be really cool.
Okay.
Just because the wires sometimes aren't long enough to get to the back of the grill.
Right. And it looks like it's a 500-foot Bluetooth. I wonder how well that would travel through your walls in your house. It's definitely going to cut it down, but still.
A little bit, yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
it looks
fine
like
when I'm upstairs or I'm downstairs. That's a different story.
yeah, right. Right. So 2 probes, you can double monitor. That's cool. You can monitor 2 pieces of meat. You know, kind of like us, 2 pieces of meat. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Got to make him entertaining somewhere. But anyway, so yeah, so it looks like this is the one that you're interested in, huh?
Or any version of that. There's different makers of these things, but this seemed a little more reasonably priced.
Right. No, it looks like it's got some pretty decent ratings too. 4.4 from 590 people. That's nothing to shake a stick at. So that's cool. And that's of course because you are a meat
Meathead. Yes, I'm a meathead.
Hold on. Coco is just like, wow, whiskey. For my last comment.
Yeah, the meat comment.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I've got something else coming up for you guys. Trust me. And if you were in the chat earlier, Outlaw put me on it. I was thinking of doing it anyway, but she went ahead and threw something up. So there we go.
Do you need to blow it up?
I don't need to blow it up, but it's going to blow up. Let me just put it that way. All right. So,
like this.
Okay. So this is cool. I think I could deal with something like this. This would be pretty awesome too. For me, because I, especially when I'm like barbecuing in the winter and stuff, I don't like standing outside waiting around. So
that smoked turkey. Yeah.
Yeah. The smoked turkey. That's right. So this is cool. And then of course, you've got all kinds of different models here. By the way, everybody, links are in the description of the video. So if you want to go and just grab the links yourself, they're all over, but it looks like there's a bunch of different options here, and ThermoPro isn't necessarily the only place to go, but it looks like it's a pretty good,
there's 1,000 of them out there. Yeah.
So you've got, wireless meat thermometers. You can even, they've got temperature guns for stuff, a hygrometer. I'm going to have to look that up. Candy thermometer. This one is really cool. My mother has made like fudge, and every year when she makes it, obviously we have to have the candy thermometer. Well, my daughter has kind of picked up the mantle for the baking for our family. And so I did get her a candy thermometer, a couple of them, as a gift a while ago. So maybe I'm going to have to look at this wireless one so that she doesn't have to stand over it. She'll make some more fudge and make me even heavier than what I am. So there we go. Gotta love the fudge and stuff like that. All right. So let me back to here so that I can hide what I'm doing. I can look for my next thing here. So before I get to your last option, I want to throw in a couple. So of course I have to throw this in because of the fact that, come on, this is a show. It's a show that includes whiskey and drinking. So
I have wine, so it's fine.
So I ran across this and I thought this was pretty cool because you're not going to be drinking inside all the time out of glass. Oh, and by the way, folks, I just caught it. If you're over on Facebook, my Mama Whiskey, that's my mother, just got into the chat, folks. So she's over there. Treat her nice. So anyway.
Your son's a horrible person. What did you teach him?
Oh, God, thanks. Appreciate that. Actually, she loves you. So
who doesn't?
Yeah, well, that's true. But anyway, so I was thinking about this, and I ran across this. This is kind of cool because one of the things that I personally have been kind of looking for is something that I can take, outside when I'm sitting outside next to a fire or whatever. Here, my favorite time, especially this time of year. This is my favorite time of year, but My favorite time is going out and sitting around a fire with a nice glass of an adult soda and enjoying that. Well, one problem that you do have is you don't want to dump the glass and have it break, or you don't want to take your really nice stuff out. So I found this, and I think this is just absolutely fantastic. Check this out. This is a Yeti. This is the Rambler. It's a 10-ounce stackable low ball, vacuum insulated stainless steel with a lid cup. I mean, check this thing out. This is really cool. It's a nice small cup. It's about the same size as like the one that I'm drinking out of in terms of the glass, and you can get it in different colors. 3.5 inches by 4 inches. It's really nice. And like they said, it's stackable. So if you want to put them in your cupboard, if you're only going to use them like once or twice, then you stick them in your cupboard and you remove the lids. You put the lids somewhere else, but you next to them or whatever, and you can stack them up and make them all nice and set up all nice and pretty. And it's got a magnet for easy opening and closing. In case you're, a little inebriated and can't get the thing dang thing closed, whatever.
It's only 10 ounces. You're not going to get inebriated on that.
Yeah. Well, if you had like 3 or 4 of them, and check out all these colors, check out all these colors. I mean, you can get black. That's kind of a manly color. You got charcoal gray or they call it black stone. And then if you're looking for something a little bit lighter than that to wake everybody up and make sure that you don't lose it, you got green and you got some orange over there. Looks like there's a red one too, so you won't lose it. Or you could just futz with people, and if they're out in the snow, there you go. You got a little bit of snow camouflage going on there, or just straight white. Either way, I mean, they've got a whole bunch of ammunition. Huh? What was that? Oh. So yeah, you've got just a fantastic selection of colors, and you could even go and like get them all different color coded, so your party goers have a way to identify their glass. So this is really cool, and yeah. Okay. Looks like we have a new person in the chat. This is Dolores67. She comes to us from the Wendy Bell Radio and Sean Parnell. She follows both of them. So she came over and came up around us. Oh, he disappeared. Ha! Okay. Well, as soon as he gets back online, because he disappeared out of the green room too, as soon as he gets back online, he'll come back in line for it. Well, that's fine, because I've actually got a couple different things to discuss here as far as that goes. So one thing that I know that men like, men like pretty simple things. And I know for me, I like, now Becky, technically it's not Mrs. Whiskey, it's Mama Whiskey over on Facebook right now. So anyway, but I know that I like, some eclectic kind of stuff, but I like it to be functional. I like it to be, usable. I don't want to get something that just is just going to sit around. Like for an example, I like knives. I like bladed weapons. So this is a blade that my son got me, and it says Veritas. Oh, there it goes. It says Veritas and Equitas, which is truth and justice in here. And so this is cool. I like this a lot. And so I want to show you this, which is, oops, wrong one. There we go. I want to show you this, which is Bare Bones. Now, Bare Bones Living is kind of an eclectic place to go. Not necessarily all, they've got all kinds of stuff here. I mean, they've got like grilling, they've got dining, and the stuff is relatively reasonably priced. I'm a lantern guy. I like lanterns, but they have all kinds of stuff that's here. So here's like their December sale for an example. I mean, I love these railroad lanterns. They're a little expensive, I guess, but I love the railroad lanterns. I like the old style oil lanterns. I've used those in the past when we've lost power and things like that. It's pretty cool.
Here I am.
Oh, here he goes. He's back.
What was that?
I don't know what happened.
I lost internet.
Oh, okay. That's what happened.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that. Okay. So there we go. We'll get you back to where you were. So anyway,
okay,
there's,
what I missed?
well, not a whole heck of a lot. But this is a site, bare bones, that has like just a whole bunch of stuff there. It's good quality products too, by the way. I have, let's see, where is it? We have, yeah. So, I have this, the field hatchet. I have this right here. This is really cool. Well made. And, yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's nice. I mean, it's just a really cool piece. You know, again, I like blades. I like bladed weapons. And then we also have, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this right here.
Do you own any swords?
I do. Yes. I do. I actually have one. Yes, I do. But this is the Japanese Nata tool, which is essentially kind of like it's about, 3.5 feet long or whatever. And it's designed to, act like a machete, but it's heavier than a machete. And here's the thing about it too, is that all of these blades, that they have, I'm going to tell you, there's a big difference between a blade that has like, what's the best way I can show you here? Hold on. Just a second. Gotta find it. Here we go. So here's an example. So one of the things that makes the difference in a blade between like a cheap knockoff kind of blade that's going to break or one that isn't is the fact that you have, I got to get up. Hold on. Let's go back here. Is that you have what's called a full tang. Okay. So as you can see right here inside, this is the metal goes all the way through. It goes from the blade all the way into the handle, and then the handle is just wrapped around it. This is what makes the difference between a very strong blade and one that is, going to be kind of weak. It has to deal with what they call the tang. So this is considered a full tang blade. And so all of, like, if you have kitchen knives and things of that nature, it really is a good thing for you to have like a full tang into the blade. And the reason for that is, again, because of it gives strength, it gives resilience, it allows you to do things with it that you have, and this came from, I think this is one of those blades, but this is a Damascus blade, so it's got a little bit of it. You can see the artwork on it. But this was a gift from my son. But again, you really want a full tang, because if you don't have a full tang, I mean, a lot of those, you remember when Rambo first came out and they had that Rambo style, hunting knife kind of thing. And then you had the handle and you unscrewed it and you could look down inside and you could stuff stuff in it. Well, that isn't a full tang. That isn't a full tang blade. And so that could possibly break off at the handle if you were going to use it as a pry bar or something like that.
So you want your knife to be tangy?
Yes, I want it tangy. Yep, you got it. I want it tangy.
Sorry, I've been waiting for that one for a while.
Yeah, no, I know. You've been sitting on that one for a bit. But anyway, so these guys make a really good blade. They also have a bunch of other things too that I think are really cool. I love, like I said, I love lanterns and things like that, but there's also, if you check this, I'm seriously, go away.
Really? Are you sure?
Huh?
Are you sure?
Yeah, this I am seriously envious of. Okay, I love these things. I love cast iron. I love cast iron cooking. And this is just incredible. This is called the Cowboy Fire Pit Grill. I would love to have something like this. Now, granted, it is really expensive. Okay, I'm not going to deny that. But the thing about it is you can, I mean, check this out. You can cook, you can put a couple of these in, you can get the parts for it. It's high quality steel construction. There's all kinds of stuff here. So this is just, again, it's really, really, really cool. I love these things. And this, again, keep in mind, this isn't something that you have to go get all the time, but it's a place where you can get some ideas, for it. Okay. Then that I actually found the bare bones. I actually found them from, Bespoke Post, which Bespoke Post is an interesting thing. It's a subscription-based service. Now the subscription, you only get charged when you get a product. And so they put some things together. This is something that might fascinate someone. So you can they send you different boxes per month. And so each one of these boxes will have different things, depending upon, what the time of the year is or so on and so forth. Like, the knife sets, you've got these, gifts for lounging. You've got, things for the party. There's just all kinds of stuff. You remember that book that I had that was the whiskey book that came from here. And so these are just all kinds of different things. Again, just to give you ideas. It's interesting. It's eclectic. It's different things that you can maybe get an idea for. But this is Bespoke Post. You can sign up for it. And they have clothing and, men's clothing and stuff. It might be a little bit expensive if you're interested, but it's really good quality products. I've gotten all kinds of stuff from there. Like, for an example, let's see, where is it?
Okay, so on the same note as your fire pit there, there is a scaled down version of that,
right?
Where it's just the stake,
right?
Can't really see it that well.
Oh yeah,
So you drive a stake into the ground and it pivots on that pole. You can take it on and off the fire, and that's a lot less.
Yeah.
But this one's only $40.
Yeah.
So there are different ways of doing the exact same thing for cheaper.
Yep. So there are. And this one here, this is a whole slew of whiskey stuff. It's just kind of fun to look at some of these and get some very interesting ideas, for the man in your life. Speaking about that, I don't know if I should really bust this out right now, but I'm going to anyway. So I gotta pull it up. So ladies, I can't believe I'm going to do this. This is so freaking. Anyway,
Jesus.
all right. So ladies, if you are planning on surprising your man and maybe can't, maybe things are tight and stuff like that. You can always go for something like this, which is the kitty carpet reusable downstairs toupee.
Oh my God.
Especially known as the merkin. Okay, so those people out on Rumble, they understand what the merkin is. I know. That's anyway. So they know what the merkin is. They know where the merkin comes from. But ladies, if you really want to give the man in your life something, you might want to look at something like this. I'm sorry. That's just horrible. Anyway, okay, moving on.
You brought it up.
I did bring it up. Hey, I was actually trimming my beard today, and
Nice segue. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, technically you could be using this for that too. But anyway, I was trimming my beard today, and I don't know about you, but I don't like getting hair in the sink. Okay. So I go and I like pick up the garbage can and put it underneath my face and stuff to kind of.
Oh, is this the one attached to the mirror?
Huh?
Is this the thing attached to the
this
mirror?
one.
Yeah.
The Beard
That's
King
a cool idea, really.
apron.
Yeah.
So this, I actually saw this and I went, you know what? God dang, that is cool.
Yeah.
And yes, Coco, it is another wow. You can thank Outlaw Dogs for that one. But anyway, so yeah, so this is fantastic. This one I'm actually kind of interested in, just because of the fact that, you know, again, you go and you hold up the garbage can underneath and you're like trimming and trying to keep the garbage can underneath because I don't know about you, but well, you're taller than I am. So I can just imagine if you're like trying to lean over the sink or something, there's just no way. And Mrs. Whiskey actually went and, she yelled at me because I missed a few hairs that were in the sink when she got home. So
don't miss any hairs.
So yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. What happens is you put it around you like a apron, like a bib, I guess is the best way to call it. And then it's got these two little suction cups. You can suction cup up to the mirror that's in front, and then you go and you trim. And after you get done, you basically fold it up, take it outside or whatever, garbage, you know, however you want to do it.
Is right there.
And you just pour it out, and it's perfect for those men who have beards who have to trim them up. And I just looked at this and I thought, this is actually a fantastic gift. I'll be honest with you. And it's inexpensive. I mean, $26. Comes in different colors. You've got, you know, blue, black, white, if you're really interested.
Oh, never get white.
You know, never get white, but still, you know, I mean, you could. But anyway, this is just fantastic. I mean, look at the ratings on this. It's almost got 25,000 ratings at a 4.5 on Amazon for it. This is really cool. So anyway, you can go and check that out. I saw that and I'm just like, you know what? I would really like this kind of thing. You could see kind of how it does it, how to use the beard bib, you know, and you can dispose of it. Cause I hate having to clean out the drains. I'll be honest with you. I hate having to clean out the drains and getting hair. Doesn't matter what kind of hair it is. You know, that's just something that
when I trim my monster,
yeah.
I step back from the sink because I hate cleaning the sink. Pain in the ass. So I usually go to the floor, and it's easier to clean up the floor. Yep. I just sweep that up, throw it in the toilet. Dunzo.
Yep. So, I mean, this would be, you know, something perfect.
For, that is nice. I could go for that.
This is cool. I saw this and I'm like, wow, talk about a unique gift idea. It keeps the wife off your back, and it helps things. I mean, my wife likes my beard trimmed up, so, you know, she doesn't like a scraggly, you know, monster of a beard. So, yeah. And as Coco points out, cleaning drains makes me gag every time. So keeps the hair out of the drain.
Oh yeah.
Keeps the hair out of the drain. So that's cool. All right, let me move on here for just a little bit. This is actually for a guy who's into golf. Because
that one.
So one of the problems that you have, I don't know if anybody golfs, I don't, but one of the problems that you have is most people focus on the drive. They focus on, you know, driving off the tee. And granted, that gets you down the fairway a little bit, but what really makes the difference in a guy's golf score is the short game. Okay. So basically what that means is when you're approaching the green, you've got chipping and putting. Now, putting, you can work on that, but chipping's a little bit more difficult. And so trying to get, you know, set your feet right and open up the club face. And here I am talking like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't golf. I mean, what I do is called hacking. So anyway, the point that I'm making here is this is actually a fairly inexpensive option for those who just want to, you know, shoot a couple of balls in the backyard and practice their chipping and their approach to the green. And it's right now, it's relatively inexpensive at $33. So, and that's for the big 30-inch collapsible golf net, chipping net. So this is really kind of cool to do. And so you can go and check that out. Again, you don't have to buy it from Amazon. You can buy them at any golf store or pro store, whatever you want to, sports store, whatever you want to do. So I think it would be kind of cool and kind of neat for someone to have. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I got to ask you this. So Kirk, do you do anything with woodworking?
No.
Okay. Have you like replaced any of the floors in your house or had really odd like shaped stuff that you had to measure or whatever? Have you ever done that?
When I bought my house, I did have to redo the baseboards.
Right.
So I had to do some contouring around things.
Okay.
In some areas.
Okay.
So yeah, there was that.
All right. So let me just point this out. I have seen these or things like this next thing online and in those famous infomercials and stuff like that. And every time I see it, I think to myself, that would really take a lot of time and save a lot of time and save a lot of math in order for that to happen. Check this out. I am shocked at this. Look at this thing. This is a contour gauge that does exactly that. And if you look at
a similar one.
Yeah, so if you look at something like this, for an example, I mean, if you're going and replacing your floor or putting in carpet or something along those lines, this is amazing. This thing goes and does, sets up for all kinds of measurements. And so this is just, I look at this and I thought, oh my gosh, something like this is really expensive or whatever. No, it's $30. $30 for the 10-inch one. They've got a 5-inch one, a 10-inch one. They've got a different style here. There's Father's Day packaging. They got Christmas packaging here too. But this is fantastic. It helps for the handyman who doesn't actually do like normal work and measurements and stuff, and they're going and like just replacing the floor. This thing is amazing. It is fantastic to have. And like I said, it is, it's inexpensive. This would be something that I think that if a guy got this who isn't exactly handy, but still does like repairs around the house and stuff like that, I think he would love this personally.
Yeah.
Personally.
It did come in very handy when I had it.
Yeah. So, this is something that you can go and take a look at. And again, just because it's on Amazon doesn't mean you have to go there. To go look at it. All right. So we're going to get back to, your favorite pastime of grilling here in just a second. We're talking about gifts, and let me tell you, I've already had a bunch of people who have done this, but you really ought to check out. You really ought to check out the Whiskey Musings Broadcast store for some great gift ideas for the Whiskey Musings Broadcast fan in your life. Head on over to store.whiskeymusings.online. That's store.whiskeymusings.online, and you can pick up these fantastic sweatshirts, t-shirts, all of the stuff that Kirk went ahead and modeled for me. By the way, that wasn't planned. He did that all on his own. Which is, absolutely fantastic. But I've got glasses, mugs, water bottles, all kinds of stuff over there. Go and check it out. And right now I am running a special. If you put in promo code Christmas, all capital letters, again, that's promo code Christmas, all capital letters at checkout, you will get 15% off your entire order. That is my gift to you for checking out and supporting the show. I already know that, and I love to see the photos. I love to see pictures. In fact, I got sent a picture of Amy doing the rats, like I alluded to in the beginning of the show, and she basically told me that was a fantastic good luck charm and she went ahead and her dog came in first place. It was awesome. And I can't remember. She does. Oh God, I'm trying to remember. Peruvian shepherds or something like that. I'm sure Amy will yell at me here in just a minute if I said it wrong. But anyway, she does all kinds of shows and stuff with hers, and so she wore the sweatshirt, and it brought good luck. They also have caps as well. Buddy keeps reminding me they have caps. The cap has my embroidered saying, "When I drink, I think" on it. And so you can get that at the store. Go to store.whiskeymusings.online, put in promo code Christmas, all capital letters, and you will get 15% off your entire order. That is my Christmas gift to you. That's store.whiskeymusings.online. Go there and check it out. Don't forget to use promo code Christmas, all capital letters at checkout, in order to get 15% off. And as my buddy Captain Unicorn Kirk over here is showing, he has the GETTR, which is awesome. So
now, post-COVID, this is great for crawling around in attics or under houses.
Oh yes, absolutely. And it's also great for those of you that love the winter sports of like skiing and snowboarding too. It is fantastic.
Or bank robbing.
Well, okay. I would prefer it if you didn't use my logo for bank robbing, but hey, what the hell?
You can turn it inside out.
That's okay. All right, so let me ask you this, Kirk, since you're a resident semi-pro expert on grilling here on the program tonight. Have you ever done shish kebabs?
Yes.
Okay. How did you do them? Did you like just put them on the kebab and then stick them on the grill and do it that way?
Essentially, yeah.
Did you ever have a problem with things falling off of the kebab when you've cooked them just perfect?
All the time.
All right. Well, this next gift is up here for you. You got to check this out. These are kebab grilling baskets. Now, it comes in a set of 4. This is $20 for a set of 4 of these things. Look at these kebab baskets. They hold the kebab in place so that you don't have to worry about it. I've seen these things with fish before, because like fish sometimes has, you want to turn the fish over on the grill and stuff. I've seen them for fish, and I've also seen them for kebabs. I think these would be just fantastic. You could have, vegetables. You could put steak kebabs in there, but I mean, just look at these things. You don't
necessarily need the stick in there either.
Exactly. You can roast. Thank you for pointing that out. You can roast the vegetables and stuff on the grill without having to worry about it either sticking to the grill itself or cooking and falling through. So this is fantastic. I caught this and really what really got me was the price, $20. I mean,
yeah, for 4 of them, that's great.
Yeah, for 4 of them. So this is at Uncommon Goods. Again, the link is in the video description, and you can go and check that out there as well. So I thought that was fantastic. I would love to come back over there. I'm going to have to come back over there and get some of your grilling. Enjoy some of your grills.
Well, if we plan it far enough ahead, I can do something amazing for you.
Oh, that would be fantastic if we plan it far enough ahead.
I just made a steak for you. You need to try everything. Brisket, my pulled pork, the burnt ends are to die for.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's something. Maybe if somebody's listening to this program and saw those kebab baskets and happens to get them for you. You could even have like some roasted vegetables and stuff like that.
Did you what? Oh, sorry. Do I look like I eat my leafy greens?
Well, that's true.
I mean, I do enjoy them, especially when they're grilled. They're amazing grilled. I just don't do it for that much.
Yeah, well. It's kind of like liver and onions. You have it once a year and you're good.
Oh, no. The only thing liver I'll do is liverwurst.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was a kid, my stepfather used to make us liver and onions once a year, and the reason being is because he wanted to make sure that we had enough iron in our blood.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I mean,
lamppost, thank you. No.
the only way that I could do liver and onions was with a whole bunch of mustard. But anyway, I digress. Moving on.
I mean, does anybody in the comment section like liver and onions at all?
I don't know. That's a good thing. Maybe. Hey, if you're in the comments, in the chats, do me a favor. Why don't you throw a Y for yes if you like liver and onions, and if you don't, throw in a no. Let's see how fast that this thing gets going for that. I'm not sure if I have enough people in the chats to make that run, but if you like liver and onions, throw a Y. If you don't, hit that N button and let us know in the comments.
That seems to be an older generation thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I got a no out of Facebook for right now, so that's one. Oh, two. Oh, so real quick before I move on to my next gift, which is Outlaw Dogs wants to know what state you live in, if you don't mind telling.
Same as you.
Yeah, so here's the difference, guys. I live on the west side. He lives on the east side. So, but we are in the same state. We are in the state of Washington. He lives.
Is it snowing where you are right now?
No, not yet.
We got it. This just started before the show went on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, we've been in nothing but rain and getting flooded out the last week.
Well, you're near the ocean, so.
Yeah. Oh, so we've got some liver mush, whatever that is, and eggs, buddy. I'm gonna have to ask you to do it. Some folks are saying no. So that's fine. Most people, it looks like it's just a straight no across it, but we've got no and hell no.
That's
Dolores got it. Dolores came in with a hell no.
If you're adventurous, try Braunschweiger, which is liver pate.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
But I hate liver. I like liver pate.
No, okay. All right. Well, I'm not exactly sure how to segue that into our next gift, other than the fact that if you're a handy guy who hates to lose his sockets, okay, or even worse, has one of those problems like I often run across where you have a metric sized nut and all you have are SAE sockets to work with, this next tool is going to save your butt.
Is this the Gator thing?
It's close. It is close to the Gator thing, but I'm going to tell you, if you have a handy guy, or even if you just want to carry this thing around and not have to carry an entire freaking socket set to do, this is the thing that you want. Check this thing out. This is a universal socket tool. And what it does is you put it over the socket and it actually pushes all of these little spring loaded rods that you see, and it pushes them up into the device, and it fits over the head of the nut that's on there. And believe it or not, it can actually work for strip bolts too, or strip nuts as well. The ones that you get where you didn't use the right socket, but you wrenched on it anyway, and the next thing you know, it's like it ripped it up or whatever.
Oh no, you did the classic handyman thing. You grabbed your channel locks.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
There it is.
So something like this. Yep. So something like this is really, really nice to use. And for me, like it says here, one socket for on the go. I have a bag that I put in my truck that I carry around. It's got all kinds of tools and stuff in it. It's a really small bag, but it's perfect. This thing goes in there and I don't have to worry about whether or not I have the right socket, whether or not I have an SAE or a metric or anything like that. This is really nice to have for it. And these things are just fantastic. And there's also that one socket, by the way, in the metric system. There's always that one socket that really is it's really a pain in the butt, because sometimes it doesn't come with the kits. Some kits will end at like 11 millimeters, and the other ones, the smaller kits will pick up at like 8. And so you'll be missing that 10 millimeter or that 9 millimeter. This thing prevents all that. Plus, as you notice, like I just rolled over this thing, there, the picture here, it can also allow you to do bolts, nuts, wings, hooks. Look at this. You have a hook. I hate turning these things in by hand. I really do. So, you know, you can fit that on your drill motor and you can just buzz it right in with a hook. It goes ahead and just does the shape. So it's
definitely faster.
It's fantastic.
When I did something like that, I was, you know, either get a wrench or a screwdriver, put it through the hole and start twisting that way.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. I mean, there's definitely, but why do that when you can do it with your electric drill motor and just
exactly.
buzz it right up?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I have one. I don't know if I have this particular version, but there's a bunch of them. Huh?
Does it say what the max size is?
No, I don't think so. Let's see. Oh yeah.
All the most common sizes.
So it can do, in this one, it grips most things from 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/4 of an inch.
All right.
So, and can do up to 125 pounds of torque, according to this. So this one, but it's $9. I mean, you can drop this into the frickin', you know, into his stocking, and it's great. I like this. I've actually used this a couple times when I'm in the hurry and I don't want to search through all my damn sockets. So I just grab this and get it done. So, yeah, this is Dolores. My husband has so many tools, he can't know everything he has. I've known a few people like that. Me.
I got so many tools, I can't find them all.
Well, you know what really gets me, honestly, when it comes to that kind of crap, is when my son goes and borrows the tool and then doesn't put it back.
Oh, I hate that.
And I go to look for it.
You put it back here.
Yeah, I go to look for it, and it's like not there anymore. So
don't put my wrenches with my screwdrivers.
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
Yep. I mean, there's a reason why you want to organize stuff, realistically, and So, speaking of bags and travel and things like, well, we haven't been speaking about travel, but let me go ahead and talk about travel anyway. This thing, I have been jonesing for this. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, I have been jonesing for this. Now, for those that don't know, before I really started this podcast, I actually traveled quite a bit for my job. And this thing would have, to me, it would have been just absolutely fantastic. You have got to check this out. Now, this is another one of those bespoke post things that I saw, but I found out, obviously where it came from. And so I was able to find it online. It doesn't change the price any, which is pretty cool. But the thing about it is that at least it gives me a little bit more information, a little more options with it. But take a look at this thing. This is a half garment bag, half duffel bag. And what it does is, as you can see here, you put, your shoes in and you put in your garment. Like, let's say you have a suit coat or a nice shirt or something like that. You put it in the garment bag and then it rolls up into a duffel. You can see right here how it works, and it turns into a duffel, and it turns into the size of a carry-on bag. So nice. You could actually put up to 3 days worth of clothes in this thing and put it into a carry-on bag. So if you're a traveler who, travels a lot for work or goes, out of town for like a couple nights or whatever, this thing is, to me, is fantastic, and it's under $100. It's $98. So it's just, I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it fits a suit coat up to a 50 regular. So it's for those of us who are a little bit bigger, it has the room for it, for a suit coat. Or for the ladies, it can also do a dress as well. So you can do like dresses and nice skirts, and that kind of stuff too. And it comes in different colors. They have, let's see, black, shadow, hunter, all these different colors. They got a whole bunch of different colors here. So it's not just in blue, but I saw that. I mean, I've been jonesing for this. I have no reason to actually have it anyway, but I've been jonesing for this. And I was actually thinking of getting it before heading off to the Ho Ho Hold'em tournament, which Mark K puts on every year for his K's Kids charity. And yeah, so I was going to grab that. So that's like really, really cool. All right. So the last thing that I have, which this one is just for fun. Don't use these things for anything illegal. However, you may end up in a situation where you might need these items. I know that's a little cryptic, but from Imminent Threat Solutions, the thing that I'm looking at in particular, they got a bunch of cool little tools and stuff, but have you ever thought of maybe a lockpick kit?
Actually, I have.
So these...
In my line of work as an electrician, I sometimes have to go into areas that are locked with padlock, and I have permission to be there from the owner, but they forgot to leave a key or give me the combination or whatever. Right. So this would come in. I purchased a lockpick set. I'm still learning how to do it. Yep. But I've seen ones like this one that look even better. Yeah. So because it's isn't it almost idiot proof? You can pretty much for you how to do it. Yep, pretty much. And what you do is you insert it and you go through and it pushes up the pins. You go through and find the pin and put where the pin is and you push it up and it tells you where the pin. You don't have to feel for it. Yep. It shows you on those gauges where the pin should be. Exactly. And it to me, I was like looking at this and I'm going, oh, this is cool. And you can get them in a kit. It looks like there's two different styles because apparently there's a couple different ways of doing it. But if you check this out, you can, count the dips to figure out how many pins that are there. And you can do it in like these quick set locks and stuff like that. It's fantastic. So it looks like there's a little bit of a you can't use them with this kind of lock, but that's okay. Just something to have in your kit, and you can have it even in your go bag. Because think about this, okay? So let's say the worst happens, we end up in a wartime situation, and you have to get into a hospital or something like that in order to get first aid supplies. Having a lockpick kit in your to-go bag or your bug out bag could really help. And so that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this thing is perfect for it. And look, it just goes and it has the little pick there, and you slide the key in and you just start pushing up the tumblers, and there you go. So I saw this and I thought that was just absolutely fantastic. It's a little expensive. I mean, they've got it on sale right now for half price. It was $200. Now it's $100 for the kit. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's awesome. But anyway. Yeah, all definitely. Right. So I have one more thing that I need to cover tonight. It is a question for Whiskey. I will get to that in just a second. But before we do that, I want to say thank you for joining, Captain Unicorn, and we will see you again. Great to be here. So thank you again for joining. And of course, we've got to give him the fantastic salute and goodbye, my friend. I'll talk to you on the backside. There we go. He's going away. All right. So let me go back to here. All right. So my last thing is I have a question for Whiskey, and so let's go ahead and get to that. Let me just see where that is. Okay. There we go. All right, and tonight's question for Whiskey comes from Buddy Weiser over on Rumble. He asks, he says, hello, and I hope this finds you well. I came across this image and wondered if you had seen a flag tethered in this fashion before. So let me see if you may get a
capture of, oh, wrong one. There we go. Yep. Oh my gosh, you see him. Okay, let me get rid of. All right. So, so he asks about this. I'm all flustered here, but he asks about this. Have you ever seen a flag done this way before? Captured, tethered in this fashion. And I have not, thought it might be a naval thing. And then also, if you could give us a few tips on flag etiquette, that was always helpful. All right. So really quick, this is actually a anti, furling device. Okay. And what is it called? Hold on. Yeah. Anti-fouling, not furling, but anti-fouling device. And so what this thing is it basically keeps the flag hanging appropriately in like high winds and stuff like that. Now, you don't usually see it on a tether like this. There are different styles that you can have, but yeah, this is just to keep the flag from getting wrapped around the pole in high winds. And it might just be a Navy thing. I'm not sure where you got the photo, but that's essentially what that is. Now, in terms of flag etiquette and the U.S. code, there is actually, people don't understand this, but there actually is a entire U.S. flag code that tells you when it is appropriate to fly the colors, when you should take them down, when you shouldn't fly them. It tells you things like how to dispose of a tattered and worn flag. But one of the best places to go, there's two places that I usually use. One is military.com, which has a entire article that kind of takes that flag etiquette and like puts it into a very quick and concise methodology. And then the other one is, of course, going to like the American Legion. And those in some other like veterans organizations, they often have things where they talk about the flag and how to fly it and that kind of stuff. General rules of thumb, fairly quickly here, are if you do not have a light on your flag for nighttime, you should not fly it at night. Unless you have like a 24-hour light on it, which is part of the reason why, like, I don't fly my flag during the winter at night, because the only thing that I have is a solar powered light, and it doesn't light up all, 8 to 10 hours that we end up in darkness here. So because of that, I don't usually run my flag at night. You are also supposed to bring the flag in during inclement weather, unless you have an inclement weather flag, one that's made of material that is not cotton, essentially, as far as that goes. You also have special days that you are exceptionally encouraged to fly the flag. Things like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, the Marine Corps birthday, Army birthday, Armed Forces Day. There's several of them in our calendar that you are especially encouraged. Flag Day, can't forget Flag Day. You are encouraged to fly the flag. Now, some of those days do require you to fly it at half mast. For an example, Memorial Day. And Memorial Day is very specific. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't understand about Memorial Day. Memorial Day is where you fly the flag at half staff until noon. Then you raise it to full staff. So you don't fly it at half staff all day long. You are only supposed to fly it at half staff until noon, and then bring it back up all the way to the top of the staff until you bring it in at night. Now, for a lot of people who have a large flagpole or whatever in their yards, like I do, there is a specific way to put the flag at half staff. What you are supposed to do is run it all the way up to the top of the flagpole, and you do that brisk because you're raising the flag. But then what you do is you lower it slowly until it hits half mast, and that's where you leave it at the time. So basically, it's those kinds of things. There's also some specifics about if you have it on, like if you've ever seen a flag hung from the rafters in a building on a sports facility, if they're doing it correctly, that flag is supposed to be on the north end of the building, and it's supposed to be above the north entrance to the building if they're doing it correctly. So there's a whole bunch of those little nuances and stuff like that you can check it out. Go to like military.com and look for the flag etiquette. It really doesn't take much to do it, and you can check it out. But there's a lot of little nuances. Like, for an example, you are not supposed to use the flag as clothing. And a lot of people get frustrated over that because you see, American flag replicas in clothing all over the place. Well, you're not supposed to wear it as clothing. The way they get around that is the fact that the clothing is not an actual flag. It's representing the flag, but it's not an actual flag. So that's the way they kind of get around it. As far as those kinds of things, you're not supposed to use it as bedding. You're not supposed to put it over a bed sheet, use it as a bed sheet or a comforter or something like that. You can't do that. But there's a lot of little things that you can do, or that are part of the U.S. code, that you really should know if you're planning on flying it. So anyway, that's where you can go. You can check it out, military.com, or even in the American Legion, .com. And I think both of those places have it. I usually use the American Legion, but military.com does have it kind of pared down into a single thing. So hopefully that helps and answers your question. And that is my final Whiskey Musings thought of the evening. Do me a favor, if you enjoy the program, head on over to Rumble and sign up. It's free. And you can follow the Whiskey Musings Broadcast channel. Be notified every time I go live, which is Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturday nights from 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Whiskey Musings Broadcast channel. Have a great rest of your weekend. We will see you on Wednesday. And, just enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
The Whiskey Musings Broadcast is produced by Active Eye Media, LLC. All rights reserved.